Welcome to our tutorial to discuss automatic channel detection, a feature that has been recently added to the TSME and TSMW network scanner from Rohde Schwarz and the ROMES drive test software version 4.81. I show you how to do it manually. So the first thing that we have to do, use hardware, add and remove hardware, then pick network scanners, and in my example the TSMW. And if I did that, you will see that it has two front ends. However, I've only connected one antenna, so I'm only choosing one antenna. Next, you would be asked to choose a template, and then you have already added the TSMW as your scanner to be used with automatic channel detection. Now we have to configure the scanner. We use again hardware, pick LTE scanner, and a configuration menu pops up. And since I want to do automatic channel detection, I need to do some configuration in this window. So first thing, I give it a name, ACD, as you can see here. And now I need to tell him which bands to scan, and let's assume I don't know anything where I am except that I'm, for instance, in North America or Europe or Asia. And you see here the bands, all the bands supported by the TSMW and TSME, but how I configure automatic channel detection. The first thing I have to do, I go to this drop-down menu and select virtual. As soon as I do that, you can see that the frequency and band configuration has changed to ACD, and 3 bands have been pre-selected here, 3, 7 and 20. But these are not the bands that are being used in North America. I use that button and to go into this window. I can deactivate band 3 and select band 2 and 4, for instance, which are bands for LTE in North America. Band 12, band 13, 14 and 17. Also band 20 is a European band. And I'll go all the way down and I have band 25 as another American band that I want to use. As you can see, all these bands are supported by the TSME and TSMW, so I just would have to select that. I also can make life easier if I know what bandwidths are used. And then I have 2 modes for this. The one is simple and the other one is smart. For simple, it's easy. We run through all these bands at least once, assuming we are in a parking lot and want to configure our scanner. But if we choose smart, we load also the RF power scan to the ROMES software. Once again, I'm only using one antenna here, that's why I want to use one front end only. And with smart, ACD would go on during my drive test all the time. I can also say how many attempts I want to do, and then what kind of configuration in terms of sensitivity and speed I want to have. You see the 3 choices here, and for my demonstration I choose good and fast. Then I just hit OK and I'm ready to go. So now I would scan all these bands and try to figure out and determine LTE carriers. Another thing that you could do is, if you really want to know who's in the air, which carriers, you can lower the threshold for starting to demodulate the system information blocks. I did that here, and last but not least, we start the measurement. And yeah, then we just sitting here and wait. And you know, if you would figure, oh, there's nothing going on, actually the scanner is already in full measurement mode, and that we want to see that something's going on, we just go in here and view toolbars and output bar. And if you do that as slow as I did, you can see that already our scanner found several LTE carriers, and this output progress bar or progress template that you see here will tell you what the scanner is currently doing and what is the communication between the scanner and the ROMES software. As you can see, we have found multiple LTE carriers already. You see here the channel numbers displayed, but also more interestingly the frequencies and of course the bandwidths. And also, like I said, we started decoding the system information. You could see here that we found several of the well-known American carriers that have deployed LTE at different frequencies. What we're missing right now is the RF power scan that has been loaded to do smart mode ACD scanning. So I just can add that here real quick. Power scan, as you can see, I choose view, go all the way down to RF power scan and select that. And once my scanner runs through the different bands, and it will populate that here. And the other choice I have, I can go back to the LTE scanner and I can add a certain view that is kind of a little bit hidden. You go into views and then choose basic views. And there you will see with the new ROMES version ACD status view. And as soon as you hit that, you will get a nice, very nice template of all the bands that you ask the scanner to scan. And you will see the bandwidth plus what kind of carrier we have, so we can maximize that here. And you can see there's the 10 megahertz in band 12, another 10 megahertz in the band 2, and 15 megahertz in band 4 for 2 of these carriers. The one example here, Verizon Wireless and T-Mobile. Now I can also go back to the RF power scan, and as I told you, you can already see that the different bands that I'm scanning, you see what kind of signal is in there. The wider ones you can see, and here the highlighted one was public safety. Obviously nothing deployed here yet, so that's why we don't see any carrier, but in the next years, months, there might be something. So as you can see, we have a great tool here. Even if you don't know any of the frequencies, the scanner and the ROMES software from Rohde Schwarz will help you to determine what kind of LTE carriers are in the air in different frequency bands. And that's very helpful to do network optimization, but moreover benchmarking your system against your competitor systems. And if you got any question, please visit us at rohde-schwarz.com. Thanks so much for listening and have a great day. Thank you.